Thank you.
You're welcome.
Has to be something, right? Good evening, everyone, and thank you for coming. Welcome to the June 7th meeting of the BHBL Board of Education. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Oops. Thank you for attending our annual Board of Education recognition ceremony. My name is Lisa Morse, President of the Board of Education, and it is with great pleasure and a deep sense of gratitude that I stand before you tonight to acknowledge and honor the remarkable contributions of our retiring staff and extend my congratulations to this year's outstanding students. Each year, we ensure this ceremony is part of the board meeting, and thus it becomes part of the official BHBL historical record. As the principals say each retiree's name and say a few words about them, you'll notice they are handed a small box. Contained in that box is a marble apple. Here it is. As we reflect on our retirees' invaluable contributions, we recognize the symbolism that the apple holds in the field of education. The apple has long been associated with knowledge, growth, and the pursuit of wisdom. It represents the tireless dedication that our retiring staff has provided to countless students throughout their careers in our classrooms and in support roles across the district. Just as the apple is a symbol of nourishment and sustenance, our retiring staff members have nurtured and fed the minds and bodies of generations, shaping the lives of our students with their expertise and passion. Inside each marble apple lies the stories of countless lives touched, the laughter shared, the challenges overcome, and the profound impact these educators have had on the lives of their students. They have planted seeds of knowledge, fostering growth, curiosity, and resilience in the hearts of those they have taught. As we present these marble apples to our retiring staff, let us remember that they are not merely tokens of appreciation. They are symbols of the lasting legacy these individuals leave behind, an enduring reminder of their unwavering commitment to the pursuit of excellence in education. To our retiring staff, we express our deepest gratitude for the years of service, the wisdom shared, and the unwavering dedication to the students of our district. You have left an indelible mark on their minds and hearts of those that you have taught, and your impact will be felt for years to come. Congratulations also on the achievements of our outstanding students. Each of you have demonstrated exceptional dedication, resilience, and a thirst for knowledge. Your accomplishments are a testament to your hard work, the support of your families, and the guidance of our talented and passionate educators. Thank you for representing your fellow students so well. We look forward to seeing what the future brings for each of you. To our retiring staff and exceptional students, we extend our sincerest congratulations and heartfelt thanks. The Burnt Hills Ballston Lake Board of Education is honored to have been part of your educational journeys, and we are proud to celebrate your accomplishments today and always. I would like to ask the superintendent and the assistant superintendents and all of our school board members to come forward and join me behind the podium to offer congratulations to our honored attendees. The principals will now present the awards. Please welcome to the podium Stevens Elementary School Principal, Dr. Rick Evans.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Rick Evans, and I am the principal of Stevens Elementary School. And I would also like to introduce Jill Bonaccio, the principal of Pashley Elementary, and Abby North, the principal of Charlton Heights. Yeah. At this time, we will be recognizing the outstanding elementary students. Congratulations to all the student leaders from Charlton Heights, Pashley, and Stevens. Each of these individuals has contributed much to their respective schools, served the community, and made their schools a better place through their hard work, their positivity, and most of all, their kindness. We are very proud of each of these student leaders and know that they will be very successful in middle school and beyond. A special thanks to their families for raising such fine school citizens. And now, we would like to recognize our student leaders and model school citizens. From Stevens out, and for those students, if you could please come up this way to receive a certificate, as well as a pin and a flower. From Stevens Elementary School, Hunter Beck. Luke Finkel. William Bocut. Joseph Lichten. From Pashley Elementary School, Lily Nafis. Charlotte Phillips. Isabella Phillips. Andrew Nelson. And from Charlton Heights, Aiden McAllister. Jillian McGinty. Congratulations. Ryan O'Connell. Here you go, Ryan. And Madeline Rickert. Here you go, Maddie. Congratulations to the elementary school outstanding students. And now we're going to have a quick photo op. I'm still looking for my good side, so we'll see how this goes. And now we will honor our elementary school retirees. From Stevens Elementary School, I will begin by honoring Mary Hoey. There she is. Mary is such a respected member of Stevens Elementary School. Mary has been a speech therapist in BHBL for 33 years. She began her career at Stevens and has worked in all of our elementary schools. And fortunately for our school, she returned to Stevens to finish her career as a superstar. Mary provides high-quality speech sessions. During an observation this year, I was struck with how extremely nurturing she is with students. They were engaged, happy learners. Mary has always served on many committees and assumed leadership roles throughout her career. She was particularly drawn to committees that focused on inclusion of special needs students to the greatest extent possible. Mary has a calming presence in our building, and she contributes to the positive vibe of our school. She is always a reliable colleague that we all look to for advice and guidance. Our school psychologist says of Mary, "I think of her as a motherly figure to whom I can turn for wisdom about life." When asked about what she looks forward to in retirement, Mary said, honestly, to breathe. Then she reflected a bit more, and she said that she's going to take a wait-and-see approach, but she knows that she wants to spend much time outdoors enjoying nature. Congratulations, Mary, on an amazing career. And the next retiree I have the privilege to recognize is Ellen Sinnenberg. Thanks, Steve. Ellen has taught in the district for 33 years. She began her career teaching kindergarten at Pashley. Then she taught second grade at Pashley, and fortunately for Stevens, she spent her last 20 years teaching third and fifth grade at Stevens Elementary. I regard Ellen as a master teacher. Her students feel cared for, and they learn and achieve at very high levels in her class. The thing I love best when I watch Ellen teach is when she teaches literature. She selects high-interest books, and she and her students engage in such thoughtful, authentic conversations. Ellen always puts children first. At one point in her career, she was a very deserving Founders Day winner. Ellen is also a very talented musician, and she has generously shared her musical talents at our school, at our Around the World celebrations and literacy nights and other occasions. A couple years ago, Ellen was instrumental in bringing a drama club to Stevens Elementary School. She's a pleasant, personable colleague and friend to so many. In her retirement, she is enjoying going to Florida during the winter months, reading good books, spending time at Lake George, getting together with family and friends, traveling, and she also recently generously volunteered her time in retirement to assist with our drama club. And according to Tim, Ellen's favorite part of retirement is spending time with her husband. Thank you, Ellen, for all you've done, and congratulations. All right, a couple more retirees from Stevens Elementary. Eric Freestone. Coach Freestone couldn't be here this evening because he said that he's honoring his own athletes at an outdoor track banquet. Eric taught for 36 years in BHBL and has been a coach for 39 years. He spent a year at Pashley and in the past 35 years at Stevens. He's a beloved teacher by his students and athletes, past and present, and he's had a profound impact on their lives. He's an innovative teacher who makes PE the highlight of our students' day. He speaks to students in a kind, encouraging manner and has a really great sense of humor that students really enjoy. Did you know his speed stacking student group broke the Guinness speed stacking record 3 times? I bet you didn't know that. His Jump Rope for Heart fundraiser has taken place for 20 years in annual holiday stations where he fills the gym with fun, festive PE activities and music are just a few more ways he makes PE so memorable for our students. As a coach, Eric has taught football, baseball, and track. He's been a coach or assistant coach for many section titles and a few state championships. Most recently, he led our 4x4 relay girls to a state championship this year. He's a kind, thoughtful, fun-loving person, a coach, and we're so fortunate that he chose to spend his career with us. And we wish Eric all the best in his retirement. And the last retiree that we will recognize tonight is Mr. David Somoza. Dave rivals the Dos Equis guy for the title of most interesting man in the world. His teaching path is a winding, interesting journey. He began as an architect. He shifted gears and taught in New Mexico, Colorado, Brazil, Japan, Vermont, and Stevens School, where he's been teaching and inspiring students for the past 20 years. He brings his fascinating life adventures into the classroom. His classroom truly looks like a museum of natural history, with artifacts from so many places he's traveled. He also captivates students and brings learning to life as an exceptional storyteller about his life adventures. Dave is a true Renaissance man and gentleman, and a highly respected and admired colleague and friend. He loves teaching and his relationships with his students, colleagues, and families. He is retiring earlier than he planned or hoped for due to an illness. He is battling the illness with grace, optimism, and courage. He is a true role model for us all. In retirement, Dave continues to meet to this day with his replacement teacher, Holly, and he continues to do weekly lesson plans for his kids, even though he's retired. He's truly an inspiration, and we're with him every step of his journey as he battles the illness and beyond. Thank you, Mr. Somoza. And now, Mrs. Bonaccio from Pashley School.
Good evening. It's time to say goodbye, Kitty, to an amazing Hello Kitty teacher, Patty Highland. Come on up, Mrs. Highland. I was told you had a dinner date, so I needed to have you go first. As a teacher, she is amazing. She leads the students in the Highland House with compassion, reigning over them as the only queen in the room. Of course, she teaches them their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, but she also teaches many important life skills such as resiliency, patience, integrity, and minding one's own business. You can often hear her using phrases such as, put your turtle shell on, or use your blinders and just keep moving on. Patty uses the perfect balance of humor and seriousness, gentleness and firmness to get all of her messages, whether academic or personal, across to her students. She has never met a laminator that she doesn't love, and she provides amazing materials for her students to use as references for learning and as keepsakes of their time with her. The first teacher at Pashley School every morning is Patty, and she stays late most afternoons into the evening. The needs of her students are always at the forefront of her planning, and she spends much time figuring out how to reach every individual member of her clientele. Her theme is Chicken Soup with Rice. The beloved book by Maurice Sendak is something that her students will always remember and talk about with her when they come back to visit. Her work colleagues love to hear her say, "Okay, girls, we've got this," as she pulls out a binder that she has created to keep the team organized. For many years, she has been the driving force behind the theme of Halloween costumes for Pashley staff members, which has helped to build such a sense of community. Her enthusiasm, organization, and the love and respect she shows to those around her will definitely be missed by all. Her teammates can only hope to be included in the Pashley family that she refers to when she says, Once a Highlander, always a Highlander. Okay, glasses for this one. The next person that I would like to honor and recognize couldn't be here this evening, Gail Douglas. Gail started at Pashley as a temporary teaching assistant in a kindergarten classroom to support 2 students that had special needs. After only a few days, it was clear she needed to become part of the Pashley family, as her natural talents were shining through. She joined our Pashley family and has been a great asset ever since. We were lucky to find her. Gail has always shown kindness, caring, and love to all the children that she has worked with over the years. She is a dedicated and hardworking person who is always looking for ways to reach our students and the students that she was assigned to support the other students in the classroom as well. She's an integral part of any team that she was assigned to at Pashley. During COVID, Gail and her husband, Len, would make videos of Gail reading to the children using lots of props and music. Her husband, Len, plays a mean guitar, and Gail has a beautiful singing voice. She felt strongly about keeping a connection with our students during a challenging time. She's a very generous person. Gail truly portrays the golden rule and strives to make each day a positive one. To quote Amy Kelly, "I have been blessed to have Gail in my classroom. She made me a better person having known her and trying to emulate her choose kindness attitude. She definitely talks the talk and walks the walk." Gail is very excited to be a grandmother, and she will be spending much time doting on her new granddaughter. Pashley will not only be losing a great teaching assistant, but a wonderful person as well. I know that she will smile and shine every moment of retirement. My next retiree is Kim Ferry. Oh, I know. Quite simply put, Kim Ferry is an amazing teacher, and she will be greatly missed at Pashley School and throughout the entire BHBL district. Kim puts on her fairy wings and her sparkly sneakers. By the way, I bought a pair. It's all over my car, so they're not coming in. And with a sprinkle of her fairy dust, I thought I would do that as well, but Mr. Brunson's in the room. You're welcome. She teaches our students about sports, health and wellness, good sportsmanship, trying one's best, life lessons, personal responsibility, and the importance of getting oneself through a struggle. She teaches the basics of many different sports and games, all while having fun and remaining positive and always upbeat. She can teach and coach any age, from kindergarten right through high school and beyond. Kim has voluntarily had many student teachers and interns over the years, and she has modeled and reinforced for them how to be excellent, effective teachers as well. What a gift. Kim asks classroom teachers about the academic lessons going on in the classroom, and she always tries to incorporate the curriculum content into her PE classes. For instance, instead of just earning points in a game, the children may earn money, which correlates to the chapter they are working on in math class, or a tag game may include elements of geography that are being studied in the classroom. Kim has an unbelievable amount of energy and positivity when she works with her students. She has insight about how and why the students are progressing, and she readily shares that information with her colleagues. She is quick with praise and is able to use nonverbal cues to get their attention before she explains something. She is able to ask probing questions, check for understanding, provide encouragement, and have fun. Students are very eager to share their own triumphs with her, knowing that she will give them the positive and honest feedback. The creativity that Kim shows in her lessons is simply awesome. Whether it's dressing up as Princess Leia on Star Wars Day, or joining for school spirit theme days, or decorating the gym for Halloween-themed activities. She brings her contagious energy and enthusiasm to Pashley every day. Her presence will certainly be missed next school year by her students and her colleagues. I promise I'm moving along. Barb Mayer has been with us as a teaching assistant at Pashley for a decade. Barb Mayer couldn't be with us tonight. Barb Mayer, without a doubt, made learning engaging and a lot of fun for both staff and students for the past decade. There was a lot of laughter, a lot of songs, and a lot of pranks. Barb would dress up as special guests during Google Meets just to provide more entertainment to the class and build connections with our students. Barb truly has a love for singing. Some of the songs her students said would never sound the same are Candyman or Rose Garden. If you would like to hear her sing one of those songs before June 23rd, you're welcome to come to Pashley. Every time she entered the class, you could hear the students chime in, "Oh no, not another song." On a serious note, Barb took the safety and security of our staff and students like no other. She was an active member of the Pashley Building Level Emergency Response Team. Her input and feedback during her tenure at Pashley has served as a valuable resource to us all. Barb has been an amazing teaching assistant. Her presence and sense of humor will be missed in the halls of Pashley School. Stacy Clark is also a teaching assistant at Pashley who has served at Pashley for 11 years. Stacy has a wonderful ability to jump into any situation with a smile. She is always a team player, helping colleagues and students. Stacy has a great sense of humor and lightens up a room when things are inevitably stressful. She is a great listener and offers a fresh perspective in many ways. She has been a huge asset to the RTI room as well as the Pashley School for years by taking on many challenges and adapting quickly to meet the needs of our many students. She is a tireless worker, always willing to do whatever it takes to ensure success with every student who is lucky enough to work with her. Stacy has the gift of building students' confidence by letting them shine. We are very thankful for the opportunity to work so closely with Stacy for 11 years. Her energy will be greatly missed. And lastly, it is my great pleasure to honor Mr. Rob Moore. Mr. Moore has been a teacher at BHBL for 24 years. Rob embodies all the qualities one would expect in a highly effective master classroom teacher, as well as in a well-respected and well-loved member of the BHBL school community. Rob's love of teaching and infectious energy, he puts the Energizer bunny to shame, and he also has me wishing more than 2 years. He's been at 2 years at Pashley. And if I do recall correctly, Mr. Moore, we had a deal 10 to 12 years ago. Understandably, his family and his amazing twins came first. His support for his students goes beyond the walls of the classroom. Rob creates connections and memories to last a lifetime. His laughter can be heard through the hallway, and I can always count on him to bring me to tears with his sense of humor. His work and dedication to the field of teaching has been seen in all that he has been involved with to better our district over the years. It may have only been 2 years, Rob, but what a powerful impact you have had at Pashley. I know everyone at Charlton Heights feels the exact same way. They were fortunate to have him for 22 years. Bottom line, Rob has a big heart. So big that I'm surprised he can fit through a door. If you are fortunate enough to have Rob cross your path, you may have the privilege of having him officiate at your daughter's wedding. Rob will certainly be missed at BHBL, but I begged him to do a maternity leave in the fall, so he'll be missed after that. Congratulations, Mr. Moore. And now I'd like to invite up Principal Abby North from Charlton Heights. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Our first honoree tonight is Deb Emmerich. Deb is an asset to our school district and has held many different positions through the years in the district. As a bus monitor, she's worked in the kitchen, and also most recently as a playground monitor at Charlton Heights. Charlton Heights feels like home to Deb. She relates so well to our students and uses humor to connect with students and staff alike. Deb is student-centered, dedicated, positive, consistent, and kind.
Deb has been a member of the transportation team since June of 2014. If you look up bus monitor in the dictionary, you will most likely see Deb's face, as she represents the true definition of the position: kind, easygoing, and very flexible. We will miss your waves from the bus and wish you the best as you head to your new home in Indian Lake.
Thank you for your years of service, and happy retirement, Deb. Next, I'd like to honor Amy Hotailing. Amy has been a teaching assistant at Charlton Heights for many years and has worked at various grade levels in the building. Anyone who knows Amy knows she's always smiling and always willing to help. She is adored by students and staff alike. Her colleagues describe her as a team player and someone who's always there for the students. Amy volunteers a great deal of time to our drama productions over the years. She's done a fantastic job with costumes and is a wonderful seamstress. Amy has helped with the Flag Day Parade and enjoys our dodgeball fundraiser. We thank Amy for her years of service, and now it's time for her to enjoy traveling, spending time with her grandchildren, and enjoying lake life. Happy retirement, Amy. Congratulations. Last up, I'd like to invite up Miss Bonnie O'Rourke. Bonnie is an asset to our school district and has been teaching at Charlton Heights for decades. Her colleagues share that she makes the most amazing connections with students and their families, especially students who might have a different way of learning. She is generous and thoughtful and a problem solver. She's been involved in the Teachers Association as well as done a great deal of work with the science curriculum development over the years. She's made an impact on so many people. Bonnie, now it's time for you to enjoy time with your family, your grandchildren, lake life, and kayaking. Please join me in congratulating Bonnie O'Rourke. Now I'd like to invite up Colleen Wolf, O'Rourke Middle School.
Welcome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. This is truly the night to celebrate. So I'm going to start with acknowledging our Students of the Year at O'Rourke Middle School. We'll start with 6th grade. So what I'll do is I'll read you a little bit about the students, and then I will ask the students to come up when I'm done, and then you'll be greeted by the Board of Education. Okay, and then we'll smile and take a picture. All right, so we're going to start with our 6th graders. And the Carpenter Mistrello Wadsworth team would like to congratulate Natalie Mannon as their Student of the Year. Natalie is an exceptional young lady. She arrives at school each day eager to learn. She's conscientious, responsible, and hardworking. She is kind and compassionate. She's a friend to all, and she never hesitates to lend a helping hand when needed. She's open to suggestions for improvement and quickly implements them to be a growing learner. Her teachers feel that her love of learning has made her a pleasure to have in class, and they admire her work ethic, her integrity, and her exemplary character. Congratulations on an amazing year, Natalie Mannon. All right, next up, the Rasmus and Trapini Crowley team would like to congratulate Cameron Smith on Student of the Year. Cam is a bright and successful student, and he's also a hard worker. He is always prepared and focused. He works well with his classmates and often helps them understand challenging material. He participates in class and completes his assignments well. He's conscientious and kind. He is personable, warm, friendly, and helpful. His diligence, effort, kindness, friendliness, helpfulness are the reason that we chose Cam Smith as our Student of the Year. Congratulations. All right, the Bright Madison Weaver team is proud to announce Felicity Ferens as Student of the Year. Felicity meets each day with enthusiasm and a positive outlook. Her positive attitude is contagious. She's motivated and consistently strives to do her best in all of her classes. She goes above and beyond in everything she does, inquisitive about the topics that she's learning about, and she has read over 100 books for Reader's Workshop this year. She's helpful and kind to both staff and student alike. She's patient and hardworking, and she is a role model to all of her peers. Congratulations on an incredible year, Felicity. Congratulations. Our last sixth grader this evening is Anthony Sanchez on the Hills North team. Anthony has exemplified what it means to be Student of the Year. He's extremely dedicated and hardworking. He takes pride in each and every assignment he completes and puts extra effort to turn in the highest quality product. He's eager to help his peers, and that has propelled him into a leadership role. When other students are in need of help, he is always willing to aid others with a smile on his face. With Anthony's work ethic, patience, and positive attitude, there are no limitations for his future. Congratulations, Anthony Sanchez. All right, on to our seventh graders. The first seventh grader I'd like to acknowledge tonight is Leah Vaughn. Leah is always prepared for class and welcomes all around her. While she excels on her own academically, she's always looking for opportunities to work with students, doing her best to help them. She's a star art student, creative thinker, and adept at every type of project that's worked on. She's bright, she is conscientious, and she shows up every day ready to learn with a smile on her face. She's kind and considerate to both adults and students in the room. Our congratulations to Leah Vaughn, Student of the Year. Our next seventh grader, Student of the Year, Tucker Sunkus. Tucker is responsible and thoughtful. He's committed to his academics and athletics and acts as a role model for his peers. His quiet demeanor in the classroom brings maturity to the group that is appreciated by his teachers and peers. He exemplifies quiet leadership by being on top of all of his work, participating in all of his classes, and guiding his peers to make good choices in and out of the classroom. Congratulations, Tucker Sunkus. All right. And our next 7th grader, congratulations to Alexandra Kumpel. Team 7-3 is proud to recognize Alexandra Kumpel for Student of the Year. She is not only a wonderful student, but she demonstrates outstanding character and citizenship as well. This has been a tough year for Alex. Just recently, her mom returned home from a year of active duty in Baghdad, Iraq this May. Despite this hardship, Alex focused on her schoolwork, always putting forth 100% effort into every subject or circumstance. Academic work aside, Alex is also an excellent role model and leader for her peers. She demonstrates great maturity and a positive attitude that brings cohesiveness into the classroom. One of her teachers put it, "Alex is a teacher's dream," and therefore we are honored to present her with the award Student of the Year. Eighth graders. And I'm looking around this room at some of the high school students that I recall handing these awards to. So this is a great tradition that we have, and it's very exciting to be able to give these awards to the students and also see them climb through high school and demonstrate exactly what we saw in middle school, and to see that come into fruition in high school is really exciting. So just wanted to say congratulations to everyone here. So we're going to end with our 8th graders. The first 8th grader I would like to award Student of the Year is Grace Adone. Grace displays exceptional commitment to her education and responsibilities. She actively looks to improve, seek input, and advise. She has been a pleasure to have in class. Grace is polite, hardworking, high-achieving student who advocates for herself and others. She remains humble despite her remarkable accomplishments, and her presence in the classroom brings up the level for everyone. Overall, Grace is an exceptional role model who inspires others to excel. Congratulations, Grace Adone. Our final 8th grade award, Student of the Year, is Violet Schultz. Violet is an exemplary student and a person. She always strives to be better and move forward in a positive way. She is mature, hardworking, and creative. She has a wonderful sense of humor. She's happy to volunteer and lead classroom activities and works hard to help her peers. She's a phenomenal model student. As student council president, she has amazed us with her kind, respectful, strong leadership skills. Her effort is outstanding and everything is done with great attention and care. Academically, she always strives for excellence. Mrs. Springer has teased her about not letting her go to high school because she's such a wonderful student. I wanted to just say congratulations and thank you, Violet Schultz. Just a round of applause one more time for our Students of the Year. right, so it is time to now acknowledge the retiring class of 2023. I just want to start by saying congratulations to all of the retirees. I look at the group that I'm going to be talking about tonight, and I also look at the list of the other members of our staff and faculty that are, saying goodbye. And it's a powerhouse group. I mean, one after the other. And I've had, the fortunate honor of working with many of you on committees, though we don't work in the same building. I've had the pleasure of working with many of you, and I can say that, this is an amazing group of people dedicated to our kids. So I just wanted to acknowledge all of you and say congratulations. So I say powerhouse and all-stars, and that's my group tonight. That's our O'Rourke retirees. And I think it's important that everyone here tonight hear about my all-stars. What this group represents tonight is very special. They're legends, legendary. They hold the tradition at Burnt Hills. When we talk about the power of the culture of the Burnt Hills way, the people that I'm acknowledging tonight absolutely emulate and have lived it, some 30, some 44 years. It's important to understand that we are who we are because of the integrity and the dedication and the hard work and the character of the people on the stage that I would like to spend some time talking about. Thank you. The roots of who we are, Burnt Hills, the Burnt Hills way, is emulated in each one. And I know they're not going to want to stand here while I'm talking about them, so I'm going to make you anyway. So I'd like to begin tonight with Michelle Moynihan. Come on up. I told her I'd make her cry, but then I would cry, so we're gonna keep it low key, because I'm gonna celebrate them all on the last day of school. It's so funny that, when retirees come to you, and all of us on the stage will tell you they come with this white envelope, right? And you know what they're coming to talk to you about. It's like, hey, can I talk to you? And they've got that envelope, so you know what's coming. And with each envelope, you're like, oh, really, you? Really? And I remember when Michelle came into my office, I yelled at her, like, no! And we might have shed a few tears. But honestly, Michelle has been an integral part of our building and this English department here at Burnt Hills well over 30 years. She started as a 6th grade teacher, found her niche with our 7th grade writers and readers. And to be in her classroom and to see what she can do with students and what she can pull from them and the conversations about the books and the care she takes in critiquing their work to make them the best student that they can be is marvelous and exciting to see, because each year you go in to observe a class, each time you're there, it just feels like it gets better and better and better. She's absolutely amazing and is the bar in which I look in every English lesson. It's been amazing, and as a teammate, as a colleague, as someone who's invested in our building, she's set a bar. She is absolutely committed to our building, to this district, to your kids, to everyone's kids. This year she took on AIS. She decided to do something a little different, and to watch her work with kids that really struggle, that need her, is just something else that, of course, she's amazing at. She's kind, and she has always been student-centered, and she's been an absolute pleasure to work with, and I will miss her dearly. Congratulations. What am I giving you? A hug and a gift of you two. Thank you. You're welcome. another powerhouse, Tom Metz. Tom has made such a difference to me as a school administrator, he probably doesn't even know that. As a math teacher for over 30 years, kids still come back and talk about what a difference being in Tom's class for math, which is a really challenging subject for kids. They still talk about how patient, how kind, and how the extra time that he would take with students mattered to him and mattered to the kids. You know, you get to a point in your career where you start to have, you know, your kids become the parents of the students, you know, that you have in your classroom, but inevitably every year, people are like, well, I'm gonna get Mr. Metz, right? And the requests will come, you know, year after year to make sure that their kids are with Mr. Metz for math. He's taught algebra, and he's taught math here for a very long time. And in his letter, you know, that letter that gets handed, I learned that, you know, he's a BHBL student, has been here since kindergarten, so you're here 44 years. That's dedication. That means something. That means that the experience that you had in school, like maybe some of our students here have at school, you know, gets you into education and makes you want to come back and wants you to give back to that community that you grew up in. You want to give back. And we are so fortunate that Tom Metz has decided to make Burnt Hills his career and to give back what he has. You know, when I first started here 12 years ago, he was someone that I would seek out because he is part of the culture. Many of the teachers here know him from the work that he's done with the Teachers Association, negotiating contracts. Like, he is part of the fabric of who we are, and I really loved the conversations. I learned a lot from Tom and ran a lot of things by him because I just appreciated his quiet leadership. He'd never tell you that. It's not who he is. So I'm honored to be able to give you a lot of credit and a lot of kudos and just let you know how much I respect you and have admired you all of these years, and I congratulate you on your retirement. Audrey Wiersma is next on my list of Powerhouse All-Stars. Audrey, come on up. I have loved working with Audrey. She's an absolute treasure. And I say treasure, she is amazing, with probably the best sense of humor. The more you get to know her, the more you understand what a great sense of humor she has. Smart, and I will say, as a speech language pathologist, she, over all of the years that I've worked with her, every year she seeks out more research, looks to, you know, get better at her craft. She is a speech pathologist that has worked with hundreds and hundreds of kids, yet every year she's always looking at what's the next thing that I can do for my students that are in front of me, the kids that are the most challenged with language. Never stopped learning, never ever stopped learning. She worked some years, some extensive work in social thinking, which actually was the prequel to our character education program that we have at O'Rourke. It was the work that Audrey had started and presented at a faculty meeting that grew into We Are O'Rourke. Anybody that's been in the building knows that what we do is really started with one PD day with Audrey. Like I said, she's worked with kids who have really struggled, you know, our neediest kiddos when it comes to language and speech. She is a fierce advocate for all kids, for everyone's kids, not just the ones that she worked with. She's been an amazing collaborator. She always, you will offer advice, and it's always spot on. What she recognizes about what goes on is always insightful, and you can always depend on her for a dose of honesty, whether you like it or not, but always looking at where everything is with the lens of what's best for kids. And I admire that. She never wavered, ever, in what was best for kids. And she's highly respected, and I'm gonna miss her, and hopefully she'll come back and visit next year with our Nash. Thank you, Audrey. All right. Next up, I'm trying to choose the people that I know are here, so I apologize. Patty Henderson, come on up. I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to know what to do without Patty in the building. I honestly can't function technology without Patty. Patty has been in our building over 20 years, and she is in charge of the IT. She is our IT tech coordinator for the building. And I honestly can say that I don't know what I'm going to do next year. She gets the frantics, I can't, and just very calmly will come down and fix anything that is going wrong. As someone who is in charge of technology, you can imagine that it's not always the easiest, but Patty's always handled everything with grace, everything with grace. I want to think, if we think about technology right now, what everybody has in their hands, I just need to sort of give a little history lesson. Technology wasn't always so advanced. Patty has always been ahead of her time. She was in charge of technology before we even knew what technology was. You know, back with Anne Marie and John Capano, back in the old days, you know, always looking to try to improve technology in the classroom for teachers and for kids. And she really was part of this movement to get us to a 21st century. And she has been an integral part of that. And I don't think always, you know, realizes how important we know that she's been in that process and how much gratitude we owe her for all of the hard work that she has done over the years to get us where we need to be. I'm not sure what all of us are going to do on the first day of school, because it's usually the phone calls to Patty that nothing works, because it's been, you know, usually just needs to be plugged in, and she'll remind you, just plug it in, or just hit start, or did you charge it? You know, that's always what you hear. I have enjoyed working with Patty because of her kindness and because of her patience that she has with both students and adults alike. So I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you've done for all of us, because we couldn't have done it without you. Congratulations on your retirement. All right, sorry about that. Mrs. Melissa Armstrong, would you join me up here, please? I refer to her as my colleague from Queens. We have a lot of conversations about New York. One of the first memories I have about being here, I heard her talk, as some of us have done. I heard her talking, and I went, oh, I know that voice. I recognize that accent that we say we don't have. And it was like an instant friendship. She was as compassionate and kind to me the day I walked in until right now. There's never been a day that I have not felt the love of Melissa Armstrong. She has had, I call her sort of our glue. She has had a lot of roles in our building. She's a teaching assistant. She's a coach. She's been a volleyball coach in the Lakeside program and also our program here for a long time. So all of those awards that you see, all the volleyball players will recognize Melissa when she's in the room. She's the one person that I know could manage an entire building without needing administrative help. and that's a compliment. I have watched her over the years. Melissa has worked as a teaching assistant. She's run study halls. She's also run our alternative program for students when they have needed it. But I have watched her as a teammate and a colleague, and I watch her with kids. And I see what she's trying to do when she has them. She's using the coach. She's trying to get them to understand how they fit and why they matter, and talking about choices and talking about responsibility and talking about all of those important life lessons that kids need to have. And she did it in a way that kids really got it. They listened to her, they respected her, and understood when she talked to them that she wasn't talking at them, she was talking with them. And for some kids, she was the only person that they would talk to, the only person that they thought that they could trust, that really cared for them. And I think I appreciate that more than anything, is your compassion and what you have done to really change the lives of a lot of our kids. You've been an incredible role model. You have been an amazing colleague, and I have thoroughly enjoyed all of our conversations. And like I said, coach, colleague, educator, you are simply an amazing member of our staff. Again, another powerhouse. You talk about the people and the fabric. She is Burnt Hills. She lives Burnt Hills. You are a Spartan, but you're also our glue. And boy, are we going to miss you. Congratulations, Melissa. All right, we have some other retirees that are not here this evening, so I'll end with a few. Wayne Costner is retiring this year after 23 years. Mr. Costner is part of our music department, and if your child is a member of chorus, you absolutely know who Mr. Costner is. Quiet and kind, always a gentleman, and always in a great mood. His concerts, his classroom are rich in musical history, and he sees the best in every student. He sees the potential in every voice, and he's had thousands of them over the years. His concert pieces are always upbeat. Love all of his Beatles that he throws in there. You can always tell a lot by the music that people choose, and they've always just been beautiful pieces that he's been able to get the kids to perform in at the highest level. I'm hoping that he enjoys golfing, at which he loves to do in his retirement, and we all wish him well in his retirement, so thank you, Wayne Costner. Michelle Riley is also retiring from O'Rourke Middle School. Michelle has worked in other buildings. She's been with us for a few years. She had worked at Pashley prior to the middle school. She's kind and intelligent and incredibly student-centered. She came to us during COVID with 7 different schedules and situations, and she just rolled with it. She really did. She's an amazing special education teacher, wonderful colleague, and wonderful teammate. She taught college-level classes as well as working in public schools. So, some of our teachers even had her as an instructor at college. And, she is the role model for special education teacher. Her lessons are exemplary, and the way that she interacts with students, I use the phrase like state of the art. It's just amazing the relationships that she's able to build with kids and how she advocates for them and just what she's able to do for our students. And I just see her as a master teacher and one that is really a model for good teaching practices. So I just wanted to take the time tonight to congratulate Michelle Riley on her retirement. And finally, I'd like to congratulate Rodney Haffer, who is not here. If any of you are in my building in the evening, you would recognize Rod as my evening custodian. He's another quiet leader, just someone who really is genuine. That's the word that I think of when I think of Rod. He's the face of our staff in the evenings. It's an important job because there's so much public interface, and he always does it with, he's flexible and he's kind, and I think he's very thoughtful and helpful. His work matters to him. He knows that the quality of the school, the way the school is presented, is important for the way when the kids are there, especially when they come in the morning. So he does take his job seriously, and I think our building is better for it. He's an avid skier, so I know what he'll be doing in his retirement. And he also, for a long time was working our Saturday or Tuesday through Saturday shift, and it's amazing. He's an amazing painter. So if you gave him sort of an area of the building, it's amazing what a can of paint, a brush, and Rod and his patience could do. You would come in on Monday and think that you were in a brand new building because he cared. He cares about where he works. He cares what the kids are, the school that the kids are in every day. So I'm really proud to have him as a colleague. I'm glad that I had the opportunity to get to know him and work with him, and I'd like to say congratulations to him tonight. We're taking a little longer than necessary, but it goes without saying that our kids are an amazing, I'm glad that we're here to celebrate them and want to say congratulations to them again. And of course, our retirees. And at this time, I'd like to bring up Mr. Tim Brunson, high school principal.
– 45 minutes and we'll wrap this up. Yet another reason to not run for the board. I don't think they knew they had to stand for the entire time. Tonight, the high school recognizes 5 students from each grade. Our recognition is based on academic achievement, but could have very well have been based on leadership, enthusiasm, involvement, and positive role models. The students I'm going to call up here tonight are active, they're involved, they're engaging, they're liked by their teachers, respected by their peers, and have been a pleasure to work with over the years. I would ask the students to come up, get your awards from your respective assistant principal, Mr. Neil Estrada, who will do grades 9 and 11, Mr. Tom Diacetes, who will do grades 10 and 12. Then I'll have you take a seat. We'll bring you all up at the end for a picture. Our 9th grade Students of the Year, Elizabeth Abdu. Luca Jerry. Atticus Marvin. Carter Short. Carter St. Louis. Congratulations to our 9th grade students. Our 10th grade students, Miles Bichtel. Owen LeClaire. Emily Martin. Chelsea Mazat. I told this next student I have 3 years to practice her name before graduation when it really counts. Cheyenne Ramzaran. Congratulations to our 10th grade Students of the Year. Our 11th grade students, who in a few weeks, a few days actually, will be rising seniors. Cody Gladding. Clara Law. Chad Lewandowski. Lily Mertzloff. Madeline C. Last and certainly not, but not least, our seniors. In almost 2 weeks, we'll go through this process again at SPAC. That stage will be a little bigger. It'll be a little lighter, brighter in there. And the ceremony will be quicker than what you went through tonight. Our first senior will be attending Colgate University and majoring in computer science next year, Alyssa Blyle. Our next senior will be attending the University at Buffalo and majoring in bioinformatics. Hopefully I got informatics. Carson Bonesteel. For the first time in my history as an administrator, we have salutatorians, plural. Their GPAs went down to the 1,000th of a point difference. I felt because of their hard work that it was proper to recognize 2 students. I don't believe our first one is here, Anna Zeff, who will be attending Binghamton University next year. Our second salutatorian for the class of 2023, Megan Poyer. Megan will be attending Clarkson University and majoring in chemical engineering next year. And last but not least, our 2023 valedictorian, Ellen Neary. Ella will be attending Binghamton University in the fall and majoring in biology. Congratulations to our students. Please come up for a picture. Congratulations to all of our students. This year, the high school is recognizing 22 retirees. It's really only 9, but it feels like 22. Our first retiree couldn't be here tonight. Raylene Knoll, Madame Knoll, many of our students know as the leader of our French department. She's been a pioneer in our distance learning program, working with schools outside of Burnt Hills to bring them language opportunities that they would not have otherwise. She served as a teacher leader. She's heavily involved in our exchange program and our Teachers Association. She also has the honor of being next to the two coolest teachers in the Social Studies Department. Her room currently sits by Mr. Dillabaugh, the current coolest guy in the Social Studies Department, right? And she started her career next to me. I know that she would want that highlighted as in her honor. We are certainly going to miss Raylene Knoll. Our next honoree, Sharon Zarnofsky. Sharon has served as a computer technician at both Charlton Heights and the high school. At least 3 times a week, she gets a text from me at 6:45 that says, "Sharon, can you plug my computer in, rebuild this TV, help this teacher, totally change our tech program, fix student Chromebooks, provide the entire high school with one-to-one service, Wi-Fi, whatever we need." She answers everything with a smile, gets it done quickly, efficiently, and professionally. We will miss her more than she'll know. I'm hopeful that she comes back and visits and helps me fix my printer once or twice a week. I'd like to thank Sharon for her service to BHBL. Our next honorees I have to honor as a group: Marcia Zablewski, Deborah Sammons, Lisa Gregory, and Barb Holland. If you would all come up. When I shared with Mr. Diacetes the list of teaching assistants who would be retiring this year, he said, "Man, that's like the Mount Rushmore of teaching assistants." He meant that because they look like George Washington. I mean that because they're the backbone of our school. Our teaching assistants work in the trenches. They're in the classrooms. They often don't get to choose who they work with. They often get to choose what subjects they're in for. You can find them in classes from phys ed to German to physics to corporate sponsors. They guide some of our most challenging students from classroom to the stage. And it wouldn't happen without their assistance. Not only can you find them in our classroom, you can find them on the sidelines at Unified Basketball. You can find them helping out at the after prom or community prom or any event that requires supervision or attention. I have nothing but positive things to say about this group except for Mrs. Gregory. A professional in every way except for her love of the Red Sox. It's true, she survived 10 years here being a Red Sox fan, more than 10 years being a Red Sox fan. I give her credit. Most kids don't last more than 4. Congratulations to this group. We'll miss them. They've meant a lot to our students at the high school. They are the Burnt Hills. Congratulations. That was Madame Knoll's apple. So. She's not here tonight. Our next honoree comes from the classroom, Miss Joanne Owens. I'm going to give you 5 things about Mrs. Owens, 2 of which are true. She holds the cup speed stack record in our business department. She has worked to establish our corporate sponsor and our internship program as one of the best in the Capital District. She once performed on this stage with a trained cat who did not totally cooperate. She inspires her students, provides heartfelt lessons, works one-to-one with students in a variety of settings, both inside and outside of Burnt Hills. She leaves with 25 years of experience to our business department and will certainly be missed. She has seen the transformation that our business department has made, both physically and curricularly, academically. She's responsible as well for many students walking the stage. We'll miss her personality, we'll miss her devotion to our students, and we'll miss her dancing cat. Congratulations to Joanne Owens. She reminded me that the cat did tricks. Our next retiree, Donna Fredericks, our school nurse. Mrs. Fredericks often begins her days in my office with, I just want to tell you, and it could be anything from, I just stitched a kid up, or I have to call an ambulance, or we have this issue or this problem. She comes with a solution. It's not just a problem. Usually, if a leg is broken, she's already set it back in place. If a kid needs medical attention, she's called the ambulance herself. My favorite story, and she's going to know exactly what I'm talking about, as an assistant principal, we were called down to the boys' locker room right at the end of school. It was packed, kids were changing for practice, someone had fainted. I go in ahead of her, gentlemen, I need you, the nurse is coming in. She literally pushes me out of the way and says, I'm a trained medical professional. Storms into the locker room. Kids were scrambling into their lockers, throwing on whatever piece of clothes was near them. With professionalism, with kindness and care, Donna tended to the injury. A high school nurse is a tough position. She is a trained medical professional. She's also a trained psychologist, a social worker, a caregiver, a mom, a friend, and a colleague. We will miss her here at the high school. When you talk about legends, Nurse Fredericks is a legend. Upon her retirement, she will dote on her grandchildren and finally have time to follow Bruce Springsteen as he goes around the country. Even though that's the case, she knows that her real glory days were spent at Burnt Hills. Congratulations to Donna Fredericks. Our final retiree tonight has been at Burnt Hills for over 4 decades as a student and as an employee. She has worked with our last 3 principals, Mrs. Pennington, Mrs. Seimer, and myself. Pennington and Seimer were probably easy to work for. I am not. Mrs. Baxter served all 3 principals with a smile. She often comes in with a plan for the day. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I need to get done. That plan is usually shot by 8 a.m. The high school is fast-paced. It changes every day. and Mrs. Baxter has shown the flexibility to handle it. She is fond of decorations. Every year, September 15th rolls around, she prepares the office for Halloween. The rule is she can't cross the doorway into my office. Every other square inch is covered with blinking orange lights, cats that make noise when you walk by, skeleton hands, and witches. Every year, she dresses as a witch, goes to Mr. DePremio's classroom, gives a little bit of a lecture about the Salem witch trial, or Salem as a witch haven, and hands out candy. I'm thankful that it takes the witch out of my office for almost a full day. And I mean witch in the best way possible. Despite our clashing personalities, I'm going to miss Arlene. She is a Spartan through and through. She has dedicated her life to this school. She is here every day, rain or shine, good or bad. This is a stressful month for Mrs. Baxter with graduation. She's literally been staring at your diplomas to our seniors for 4 months now. She sees spots and imperfections that I don't see. She catches mistakes. She painstakingly has been preparing for the class of 2023's celebration. That's what we'll miss, her dedication, her devotion, and the fact that she's a Spartan in everything she does. Congratulations to Mrs. Arlene Baxter. Congratulations to all of our retirees on the stage, particularly those from the high school. I'd like to now call Dr. McGrath to the microphone.
That's okay. Luckily, I only have a couple, and thank God, because we need our bus drivers. Before I forget, I just want to hand out this to Deb Emmerich. This is the leaf symbol. This was part of her career, and we want you to use this and put this in your car window now. I just have a couple of retirees, and we do have two that could not be here tonight. So we want to wish Lynn Prentice and Christine Missouri all the best as they begin their well-deserved retirement years. So I only have one. I've only been with the district a little over a year, and when I first started, I received a Facebook friend request from a gentleman, and my husband was like, "Who is that? Who is that?" And it happens to be this retiree. So unfortunately, I only get to know him for a little over a year, but he was the first person in this district to welcome me and welcome me to the transportation team. Rick Stelrick has been a member of the transportation team since May of 2000. The students and the parents of those who ride the horse bus continue to shower Rick with compliments, including being the friendliest, most caring, and best bus driver ever. They already miss you, Rick. We hope you continue to enjoy the things you love, including camping, the theater, which I get to actually see him at Proctor's once in a while. And yes, I'm going to say it because I too am a Red Sox fan. I have the Papelbon that goes way back, and the Dustin Pedroia autographs to prove it. We wish you the best and hope that you continue watching the New York Yankees. But don't forget, you promised to come back as a sub-bus driver. We are holding it to you. We are holding you to it, Rick. And I will come to you because I know he doesn't like the limelight, so I'm going to run back there, give him his horse symbol and his gift. Rick, thank you so much.
All right. Well, Mr. Brunson stole my joke, which I was going to try to lighten the mood since I have to go back to the boardroom with these guys after making them stand here for 90 minutes because I was the one that set up the staging here. Might do that a little different next year. But, I mean, I whispered back there, do you want to sit down? And I don't think they didn't want to sit down after the first part of the people came through because they wanted to just show the respect that they had for all of you guys on the stage here. I can't believe, yeah. I'm overwhelmed by the number of people who are leaving us this year. You know, it's just each and every one of you guys over the last my decade of being here, we've had some sort of personal interaction, some sort of really, you know, thing that made you important to me and helped me to realize, you know, what we're losing in this crew. And the last person, I hope it's the last person on the stage because we didn't miss anybody, right? The last person, please stand up. Come on up here. The last person to recognize is Mr. Sinnenberg. I think I might have lost this. There we go. Yeah, so a third of you students who are here, congratulations to each of you guys, by the way. Great to see you continuing to grow. Just to the seniors, I'm excited to stand for another 3 hours on the stage 2 weeks from tomorrow. And but I really am because it's going to be a great day. But for a third of you, you had this gentleman as your principal for 6 years, and my son had him as well. I got to see him firsthand as a parent. I just want to honor him for a minute here as we close this ceremony. Today I have the honor of recognizing a truly exceptional educator and leader, Mr. Tim Sinnenberg. Tim retired this past January, and he joins us for this recognition tonight. Tim has left an indelible mark on the Burn Hills Boston Lake School District throughout his remarkable career. During Tim's retirement celebration in December, and at the Founders Day dinner in February, we teased him a lot about some of his unique quirks and habits that his colleagues quickly picked up on. So tonight I don't want to use that time to joke any further. Instead, I want to use this time to emphasize how happy I am that Tim's name will be added to one more historical document, this board meeting record, and the acknowledgement of Tim's influence that's going to now be even more firmly etched into the foundation of this district. For an impressive 19 years, Tim served as the principal of Charlton Heights Elementary School, following 15 dedicated years as a teacher at the same institution. His roots run even deeper. He grew up here. He attended Pashley and the junior high, as it was called then, and he graduated from Burn Hills Boston Lake in 1985. If you think about it, Tim has been an active part, because you know he was active when he was in elementary, middle, and high school. I've seen the proof of it through some of the home videos of the musicals. He has been a part of this, of making a difference here for half of the 108-year history of this district, which is just incredible. And because of his interest in celebrating the history of our district, we have lists that are kept intact that we would not have those lists. They would have been lost. We have traditions that have been kept alive, which would not otherwise be kept alive. And we have memories to inspire us that would not otherwise be with us. They would have dissolved away into history. Tim's proud display of our district's history on the walls of Charlton Heights is a testament to his incredible passion for the Burnt Hills Way. So Tim, as you retire, your name becomes another part of the colorful history. Tim Sinnenberg joins the names like Claude Bailey, Edith Livingston, Frank Stevens, Gertrude Rice, Walter Reed, Jenny Pennington, Tone Cherico, Bob Humans, Nancy Wheeler, Rocco Montesano, Barb Oberdeek, Bob Speck, Richard O'Rourke. Tim Sinnenberg. It fits right in. None of these individuals believed that they were particularly special, but they all shared a deep love for this place. They were committed to preserving its exceptionalism, and every day they worked for and volunteered, echoing a sentiment heard repeatedly throughout our district's halls, classrooms, cafeterias, and buses, which is something I hear all the time, which is, wow, we have great kids in this district. And Tim has said it so many times. It's time for us to say to you, Tim, you've been a great, great Spartan. Congratulations on your retirement. Okay, so thank you for your patience and for honoring all of our honored guests here tonight, for giving them some of your time and giving them so much applause and a warm welcome. The board meeting will continue in the boardroom in about 15 minutes. There's some refreshments out in the lobby on your way out. We really appreciate you all being here. Have a nice evening.